Hello and welcome to turn 49 of Dominions for this YouTube Let's Play playthrough thing. I got a nice communication from Shinyama basically giving me all his gold and gems, which I think just demonstrates the level of relationship that we have developed. We are now good friends, at least. He has no use for them and that's part of why he's given them to me, but yeah, it's also a nice gesture. I'm not going to bother going through everything here because the only big thing is this thing, and this is the only thing I think worth talking about, because this is it. This is the big battle between Orm and Agartha that I tried to organize. It's just basically I said to Agartha, hey, neither of us are going to be able to win this game with all these big armies. Let's fight. And he was like, okay. So this battle is a completely artificial construct. Neither of us, I think, would have fought this battle, not given the thing that was happening. And unfortunately, this actually represents, I would say, maybe 40-50% of Agartha's main strength. I don't know, something like that. He has a lot of armies scattered around the map which aren't here. And really, this represents my entire army. So it's not really a fair matchup either, but it's in for sure. Yeah, I was hoping Agartha would send all his forces and group them together. I sent him communication ages ago, but it didn't quite happen like that. Maybe he didn't trust me, maybe it was too soon. But I'm still happy about this. I'm still happy to have a whole horde of magma children to fight against. I'm happy about Living Mercury of Agartha. They do Poison Cloud. Also, Magic Being, so they'll take twice as much damage from Iron Blizzard, which is great. I think the big thing I need to mention about my army is that I have all these Clockwork Horrors. They fatigue real quick, but they're tiny. They're size 1. So they're really hard to hit. They've got high defense skill, and you can fit 6 on a plot. So it's just really great. And I think Agartha could definitely have formed up his forces a little bit better. You really should never have your casters all clumped up like this. Any area of effect spell, of which I have many, could just wreck them if they would fire upon them. And here come the iron darts, and these make me smile. He also has these sentinels and regeneration, sacred, huge protection with regen. They're no joke. The Living Mercuries just get wrecked by these Iron Blizzards, as most things do and should. So I think he definitely could have managed his armies a little bit better. Maybe having a few arrow catchers up front would probably been a good idea. And oh my goodness, these Clockwork Horrors are going to work. But I've got a feeling they might get a little trampled. They don't have trampled, do they? They've got Poison Cloud, but hopefully these things are resistant to poison, as one would hope that they should be. Are those my dudes? I think my people are doing things. So, yeah, the lesser Clockwork Soldiers behind the Clockwork Horrors. Ah! So it's just summons versus summons, and this represents the gem output of my entire nation for about 50... Oh! That was brutal! These are so brutal, the spell's amazing. Yeah, so one thing that has become apparent to me is that the fatal weakness of an army like this, and we see it a little bit here, but the fatal weakness here is to attack it with one mage or two mages and cast Earthquake and then retreat. And that can basically kill all my priest-smiths and I don't kill a thing. It's such a... I think Rain of Stones also works quite well, but any kind of large army, that's the main counter. You cast a battlefield-wide damage spell with one or two mages, and then you try and get them out. If they don't get out, it still doesn't really matter. So that's really how you're supposed to counter this. You're not supposed to counter this with soldiers. You counter this with magic. But I think I'd like to think that we've all improved our Dominion skills. I know my Dominion skills has improved hugely through playing this series, but I don't think any of us, by any stretch of the imagination, can be described as particularly skilled. You know, I know some people are saying, oh, the Iron Blizzards, they take so slow to come in and wreck your enemies, but this is very therapeutic for me, to watch these things come in over and over and over again, wrecking my enemies. It makes me feel happy. So I like it. That's what I'm trying to say. I like it. Another thing that one of the commenters mentioned is that magma eruption. I was thinking that, hey, magma children, they're fire. Magma eruptions, that's fire too. But magma eruption actually has blunt damage, and so they basically wreck magma children just as well. I think you can think of magma eruption as actually being rock, and that kind of makes sense. These living mercuries don't seem to be stirring up too much at all. They just, I don't know, these are good units, I imagine they must be. But, why are you so fatigued? I have no idea why you're so fatigued. You're not fatigued, so that's... But, it's these sentinels are the shining of Agartha's army. And I don't know if these guys use different gem types from sentinels, but I think Agartha definitely should have just prioritized sentinels over sentinels over sentinels. They do have magic, they are magic beings, so they will suffer from the Iron Blizzard, but not nearly as much. And with the regen, right, that's important too. There's the earthquake, and that just damages everything. I know that came out so quick, but that one didn't take damage. Wait, I thought that was an earthquake. Yeah, see, this dude, he took some damage, and this damage is apparently not everything on the battlefield, but a lot of things on the battlefield. So I got my priestments all scattered everywhere. So a few more of those earthquakes and my army's gone, right? That's the way that works. But it does do friendly fire too, or it's supposed to, and I think there's some of it. I'm not seeing any friendly fire from the earthquake, which I don't know. I'm pretty sure that's earthquake. But it'll be this dude who casted it with his 5 earth magic and these earth gems. So more of them, right? That would be the counter. Unfortunately, my Clockwork Horror is a little bit tired. I think it is time to start speeding up the Iron Blizzard a little bit. Carrying in as twice the speed. Doing some friendly fire damage. But these aren't real people, right? So that's okay. Yeah, area of effect spells against 1 or 2 units doesn't quite do quite so good. These sentinels just hold up. Oh! Yeah, there's another earthquake. There was another earthquake there. I saw the text. Yeah, my priestments are picking poor targets for their Iron Blizzards, but so be it. They're not quite getting this clump of golem crafters yet. I'm not entirely sure if it really matters, but there goes the magma eruption. But now that these sentinels aren't getting the attention of the spellcasters, they just survive like you wouldn't believe. My Clockwork Horrors can't do a thing to them. Can't do a thing, and they regen. Sure, you do 2 damage, but they're just gonna regen it, so what's the point, huh? They've also got 50 morale, so they're never gonna run. Oh, Clockwork Horrors. You disappoint me so much. They're a good unit, just they don't work against Sentinels. Sentinels are a hard counter to Clockwork Horrors. The scripting's gone down, so and my priestments are tied, so they are going into Iron Darts, which of course less fatigue, so that's fine. Hopefully the Guardians will do a little bit better against the Sentinels with their anti-sacredness. I think these guys must just be out of range of my priest-smiths, which is a shame, I think. Now they're coming in and those Iron Blizzards are wrecking those Shard Guards too. Yeah, one thing I must say is I wasn't at all aware at how vulnerable my army was to just those Earthquake or Rain of Stone snipes. Not at all appreciative of just how vulnerable this army really is if they had divined on the correct counter. But fortunately that didn't happen, even though Agartha actually really has the tools for it. Even the Shard Guards regen, but won't be enough. The regen's unreal. I really don't think my Pioneers are doing anything at all. They're just... The idea was that these hammer dudes would be the counter to the Sentinels with their blunt damage. Because the statues are not blunt resistant. I don't think they're blunt vulnerable, they're just not blunt resistant and they're resistant to absolutely everything else. So we've got two very, very tanky lineups going against each other. Takes a while, I guess. One on one, the Shard Guards are wrecking my Pioneers actually. I'm sad to say, I think that's what's happening. Guardians are facing up against the Sentinels, which is fine, and the Shard Guards, they're broken, right? They're done. They decided they've had enough of this fight, and I don't blame them with these kind of artillery coming through. But the Sentinels were there at the start, and they're still here. They're still in the front, or at least the morale's now breaking. But the Sentinels there. I have such a newfound respect for these guys. Why are you still actually... I thought you should be retreating. I don't know why you're still fighting. But the Magma Children, the Living Mercuries, they died. Sentinels were there, well they died. The Shard Guards came in, the Shard Guards died. Sentinels are still here, they're still fighting, they're not leaving. They're just staying put. And these soldiers here, my actual physical soldiers, can't do anything to them, or they really struggle to beat their regen. How are you still alive? Ah! 33 hit points and he's still here. He's weakened, but completely surrounded on all sides, and he still lives. 28 hit points. Took off 5 hit points at random combat. This guy's a monster. Like, this is not the show. The show is here. The show is this dude. Still lives? Oh, no, he finally died. But, my goodness. Yeah, I know Shard Guards just cost gold and resources. Sentinels, you have to summon them with gems, but my goodness. I think those Sentinels were by the best units, almost by far, in Agartha's lineup. That and his Oracles with Earthquake. He just needed a few more Earthquakes, and he doesn't need his army, right? He just sends a few Oracles first, cast Earthquake, run away, kill my army and then just basically win, right? Because he still has his army left, and it's that's my mistake for making such a vulnerable lineup, but I got away with it. Anyway, it's quite fun to notice that all these guys are all the ones with limbs, so they can't get away. So they're all just basically waiting to die. But this is the end. So this is this battle today. Next turn, I do attack Agartha's capital, and there is another lesser battle there that happens that I'm going to show in the next video. But I'm going to end the video here. Thank you for joining me, and I hope to see you next time. Okay, bye.